Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is Greg FPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Sorry for the lack of uploads lately. I've been playing a ton of zombies in Vanguard and going for Dark Ether camo, and I just got my submachine guns diamond camo, which is pretty cool. But anyways guys, today I wanted to rank every single area that we go to playing Der Anfang in general. So there's 3 different areas in Red Star, and then you have 3 different areas that you actually teleport to as well. And last but not least, we have just the Red Star overall map. Now I'm going to be ranking these from worst to best, but I'm just going to get the best one out of the way right away, and that is the Red Star area. The entire area of the map I actually really like, and I like how it's all zombified and stuff with all the different perks and things like that. I think that just running around this big open area is really good for killing zombies and just getting camos done and all that sort of thing. So anyways guys, without further ado, let's rank the other 6 locations from worst to best. Alright guys, coming in as the worst location on Der Anfang, that is going to be the Diabolical Damage building. Now this is the big huge building on Red Star with the hole in the wall that you can jump out of, but normally when you're playing this you either have to do Harvest, Blitz, or Transmit. Now Harvest and Blitz are really easy. You have a lockdown, and the other one you just fill runes into the crystals, and it's pretty simple and self-explanatory, and you basically have free roam for the most part around this area. But the one that is the most frustrating by far is the Transmit. Now I find myself downing to this one more than any of the other areas on any of the maps, because the Transmit, you have to not only stay inside of the circle that is covering the map, but you also need to be really careful, because there's a ton of tight corridors and sometimes like one zombie wide doorways that you just have to clear as you're going through. And I find myself dying on this one every single time pretty much. When it's past round 10, it's like an instant death for me. I don't know what it is, but I just have so much trouble with this area, and for that reason I think it's the absolute worst. It's just so annoying when there's so many zombies past round 10, like cramming you in every direction, and you don't really have a great gun to clear them all out, especially when we're working on really bad guns for like diamond camo and stuff. So for that reason it comes in at the number 6 spot. Let's get into the number 5 spot. Alright guys, next up is going to be the Demonic Frenzy room. Now this is the speed cola room, and the only challenge that you can have in this area is actually Blitz. Now if you do have an escort or a Transmit, you will leave this area and just go around through the entire Red Star map, which I think is probably the best challenge if you're going to be going to this location at all. But as far as the Blitz goes in this area, it's a pretty tight space. There's basically 2 hallways. You can train slightly, but zombies spawn from every direction. So once you get into the later rounds, it's going to be pretty hectic. Now I always try to do Blitz first, and I usually end up getting this one right away, and then I can just buy speed cola right off the bat at the start of a game. So that's why I kind of like this location, but at the same time it does get a little bit hectic, and I think the other locations are just a little bit better, so that's why it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Alright guys, coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Shinonuma. Now, a lot of people were super hyped that Shinonuma was coming back as a part of zombies, and of course they didn't want to make it a round-based map because that would be too good for the game, so they decided to make it an area that you go to when you're playing Der Anfang and have to do 3 different specific challenges on this map. You have Harvest, Blitz, and Transmit, of course, and all of these don't really play that well on Shinonuma. I'm going to be honest. I think that Shinonuma is a little bit too close quarters for the Transmits. The Blitzes aren't too bad, but you can only stay in the middle hub building, which kind of ruins the entire point of the map. And then Harvest is really easy. There's multiple areas where you can literally just camp and all the zombies will run to you, which is just makes it a complete joke. Now, obviously, I'd love to see Shinonuma expanded. I would have loved to seen lockdowns in specific huts and things like that. It would have made it a lot more difficult and a lot more fun, but at the same time they didn't decide to do that. So for that reason, Shinonuma comes in here at the number 4 spot. Honestly, it was a pretty big letdown, unfortunately. Although I do enjoy zombies in Vanguard, this was definitely not a great location at all whatsoever. Alright guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be the Ethereal Haste area, which is the stamina room that you go into. Now this is a huge open area, and that's what I really like about it. At the bottom of all the debris, there's basically a small area that you can train zombies in, and I've done countless camos on this area, just training in this room whenever I get a blitz or a harvest. It's really easy to take advantage of because zombies are coming from every direction, but you can usually just run around them and it will be really easy to deal with. So for this reason, this one comes in at the number 3 spot. I think it's the best area that's on Red Star besides just the main Red Star map with everything everywhere, like the Covenant Station and all the perks and things like that. I do think that this area is actually really good, and I always enjoy playing it when I get teleported to this location. I did want to mention though, one thing that really annoys me with Darren Fang is when you finish like a lockdown, for example, in this room, why can't you just walk out and it changes the round? That would make a huge gameplay improvement in my opinion. And any of the other locations on Red Star, if you could just go out to the main area and the round switch just like you had to teleport. Now I understand teleporting is probably to load that area back in, but it'd be really nice if it was just a seamless change and you didn't actually have to teleport again. Alright guys, next up on the list, we are going to be talking about Hotel Royale. Now this is the second best area that you go to on Darren Fang, and the reason I like this area so much is not only was the multiplayer map really fun to play in the beta, it was probably the best map, also there's a ton of open space on the rooftops, which is really nice. Now the main annoyance that I have about this map is the fact that pretty much every single zombie that spawns has to jump up, so you can see on the mini map where it's going to jump up, and then you literally have to wait like 10 seconds for it to jump up, which is definitely the most annoying part about this entire map, I would say. Now it is pretty forgiving on any of the challenges. I think they all work really well on this map, so I'm not mad that like Treyarch decides to put this as one of the maps for Darren Fang. It works really well, especially the transmit. I think that the transmit's pretty fair. You have a lot of open space. Also the blitz is really easy on this one, and the harvest honestly is in pretty good locations as well. So I really don't have a ton of complaints besides having to wait for zombies to jump up, but I do understand where it's coming from. So really it's not that bad. Alright guys, and coming in at the number 1 spot, the best area to go to on Darren Fang is going to be the windmill map. Now I'm going to be honest, I don't really know the location name of this area, but I really like it. Now the main reason is not only the aesthetic with the huge windmill on fire and everything, but this map is just super wide open. This map is so good for getting a bunch of different challenges done, especially the 10 rapid kills 50 times. If you're on past round 9, you're going to knock all those out in literally one game. All the zombies spawn in from every direction. You can just run a train and kill them all really easily. That's literally what I did for every single SMG that I've done. It made it so easy. So overall, the windmill map is really good. I love every single time I go to this. The blitz, sometimes it can get in a hectic location, which is still not too bad. Like that small little cabin is probably the worst area. Also by the like stone wall where zombies jump over, that's another location. And sometimes just in like the spawn room area, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's a pretty big open area, like the building or area in the back. All 3 of those are pretty good blitz locations. Now as far as harvest goes, like they're pretty much the same every game, so this is also really easy, and they're in good spots. They're not in like a really tight area or anything like that, except if you get it in that small cabin, but still you should be able to make it through there fine. And last but not least, the transmit, it just covers the entire map, and there's a ton of open space everywhere, so you can still train up zombies and get the 10 rapid kills just doing transmit, which is really nice. It's probably the best map for transmit altogether. So anyways guys, that is going to be my ranking of all of the locations on Darren Fang. Let me know which one you enjoy playing the most. I understand a lot of you guys are not huge fans of Vanguard zombies, and that's kind of unfortunate. I personally am really enjoying it. So anyways guys, my name is Greg FPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.